Hey guys, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments Decor. I'm here with Jackie Young, one of our Painters Clubhouse members. Say hello, Jackie, and tell us where you're from.
I am from Clinton, Kentucky, which is not too far from. I have recently gotten married. I got married on February the 4th, and my last name is now Young, so I am forever young.
Well, I had no idea you were so close to me. That didn't even come up in the conversation before we went live. That is so cool. Clinton's not that far from me at all.
Oh, same little town of Western Kentucky.
I know. My husband calls it God's country. He loves it out here. We've got another guest who may be popping on in just a moment. Denice, when you're ready, give me the thumbs up and I'll bring you up on the camera also. We've got a couple of Painters Clubhouse members we're going to talk to today. And the whole reason that I do these member interviews is to kind of like give you guys a chance to see yourself in some of our members. So we have a variety of types of members. We have the ones who are still busy moms who are probably either stay-at-home moms or working moms, and they're just trying to find something to help them feel like themselves again. And then we have those who maybe are past raising little ones, but maybe they're still working a full-time job and they're not far from retirement. A lot of those ladies are like, I can't wait until I retire. I'm going to do door hangers all the time. And then we have ladies like Jackie who have recently retired and they're now helping like babysit grandkids and finding time to paint. And so there is a spot for everybody here, no matter which part of your life journey you're on. Painting is very therapeutic and can help everybody out. So Denice, are you ready? I'll bring you up. Okay, I think she is. Let's see if it's working. Okay, now can you hear us, Denice?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can. I couldn't until I added you on the screen here. So, Denice, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I am in Windsor, North Carolina. That's on the northeastern coast of North Carolina. I'm about 2 hours from OBX.
Oh, what a wonderful part of the country. So I wanted to bring you guys on here today to kind of tell us a little bit about your journey and how you got started. So Jackie, let's start with you. I think you've been a member for about a year now. Am I correct? Oh, you can't hear me? Let me try muting Denice and see if that because sometimes if you got too many people on at the same time. Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay, Denice, I'm going to try to put you in the waiting area for a moment, and I'm going to talk to Jackie, and then I'll bring you up one at a time. Maybe that'll help with our tech. Okay, Jackie, can you hear me? Testing. Okay. What could be going on here? Let me try removing us both. Hold on. Testing. What is going on with this crazy thing? Huh. Okay. Is it working? I disconnected it and reconnected it. Anything? Can you hear me? Man. Okay. One more moment. Okay. Testing. Shoot. I don't know what's wrong. Let me get my earbuds. Let's see. Are they connected? I don't know if they are or not. This is not working. Well, shoot. Is the volume on your device turned up, Jackie? It should be because she could hear. Okay, so Megan, you can hear me? Is that what's going on? Okay. Okay. Jackie, try going out. Okay, you can hear me. Okay, good. Hello, testing.
Oh, I can hear you now.
Oh, well, that's crazy. Isn't that funny how
Yeah,
technology
yeah,
works 1 minute and the next it just decides to glitch out and
yeah.
nothing's working? Oh, that's so crazy. All right, I'm going to bring Denice back and see if we can get her in here too. All right. I think we've got it now. I like this version better. Let's do this. Oh, goodness. I get frustrated when it stops working and I'm like scrambling to figure out what was going on. So I'm glad we got it. Okay. So where was we? Where were we? Proper grammar. So you started about a year ago, right, Jackie?
Yeah, it was about a year ago that I think I joined Painters Clubhouse in the spring. I'm really not for sure. I think I had done the fall one before that and just kind of held off. And
Mhm.
then when we did the happy flowers, I think I just kind of had the bug and said, it's time.
So what were you doing before you learned to paint door hangers? Were you crafty or?
I've done cross stitch. I've actually painted way back when painting on sweatshirts was really the thing to do. I would paint like crazy and people would say, "Hey, do this for me," and all. And so I did paint, but not to the extent of like painting on the door hangers. I didn't do a whole lot of shading and stuff like that.
Yeah. I used to paint on sweatshirts with my mom. We would do the Christmas sweatshirts every year. We would
Hmm.
buy the fancy little appliques from Walmart that you iron on, and then we would get out our little puff paints and we would embellish. So we
Hmm.
didn't do a whole lot of painting as much as we did like embellishing with paint.
Yeah. Yeah, I would actually transfer mine on.
That's so cool.
And actually paint them. And it was like crazy busy there for a while, but
Hmm.
that's been
I
many
think we need to
years
bring
ago.
that back, Jackie. Maybe next year, like for
Yeah. Okay, you froze up on me. I heard a laugh, but I cannot. Nothing else is coming through.
I think we lost her.
I think so because I can see you moving, so I knew that I
Yeah.
was still connected with you, but
I,
like Tamara's kind of froze. It may be the weather. It's really kind of gloomy and stuff here in Western Kentucky.
we've got sunshine in here.
Oh, and it's just us.
Well, yeah, it's just us. It was 28 degrees when I got off work this morning.
Oh my goodness. It was cold.
I
It
think it's
wasn't
up,
that cold here.
yeah, it's up to
Probably
60 now.
37. Oh, is it? Oh, it's going
Mhm.
to stay in the 40s here. It's just so gloomy. It's not going to warm up. Oh, here she comes.
Okay, so I don't know what is going on, but my internet completely dropped off. We're having a little bit of construction going on here today, so it could possibly be that. So I just logged in on my phone because the laptop's being wacko. Okay, I am
I
so
couldn't
sorry.
get it to work.
I'm glad you weren't on here alone, Jackie. Jackie was a little nervous before we did this, and you would have been like, "Oh no, I got to carry this Facebook Live on my own."
What are the questions?
I know. I don't even remember what the questions are now. What were we talking about?
We were talking about how far back I had gone on different craft like painting and stuff.
Yeah, and I think I said something about we need to bring back the sweatshirt painting. Maybe we need to like do one in the fall or something with one of our door hanger designs. That would be fun. Maybe you could help us out with that.
And I had thought about that. The one that was the rainbow with Happy Fall. I thought, oh, that would be cute on a sweatshirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that in my notes, and maybe by the fall we could maybe we could collaborate on something like that because I would love to have you kind of like show me how you paint on a sweatshirt and like
Okay.
Like, I know how to paint, but like painting on fabric's a little different. So I could definitely use
Yeah.
some tips.
Yeah. That'd be
Uh,
fun.
I love this. Megan Ramus said, I feel like I've been seeing lots of painted denim jackets lately too. You have, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And way back when people would paint on their jeans and stuff.
Yes, that would be a fun bonus thing we should do in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Denise, tell me kind of what were you doing before you started painting door hangers?
What wasn't I doing? My story is kind of like yours. I've painted pretty much everything or crafted everything. I've done paper crafts. I've done crocheting. I've even painted on the burlap.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much it come down to just I wanted to paint. And
Yeah.
so
Mhm.
I just got to looking for different things to paint and what I could paint. And I eventually discovered Tamara.
Anything that sat still long enough, you were putting paint on it, weren't you?
Pretty much.
That's kind
I
of the way
started
I
painting
was.
in high school. Yeah, I started painting in high school. Matter of fact, I sold my very first painting in high school.
Oh, wow. That is amazing.
That's neat.
Wow.
It wasn't exactly planned. I had painted the UNC Ram on one of those canvas boards, and one of my friends had come over for I think it was my 16th birthday party, and she saw it and had a fit. She had to have it, and I think she gave me like $5 for it. But you sold an art piece.
Yeah, it boosts your confidence, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And when somebody else sees value in what you've painted and created from practically nothing. So
yeah.
So what was my question? I had a question for you guys. What made you decide to go ahead and join the Painters Clubhouse? Like, if you were already a painter and you were already a crafter, what made you decide to take the leap and join Clubhouse when you did?
Mine was looking for something to paint. It was like, as long as I had a goal or had a purpose for painting something, I could do it.
Yeah.
I got nominated or elected. I'm not really sure what the correct term there would be, but I got put on a leadership team for our Baptist Association. And I ran on this leadership team for about 2 years. So I was in charge of the children's programs for 66 churches.
Wow.
And I had to come up with these events as a big group. And so I just come up with this Bible day camp. And so I started creating Bible posters and just painting characters. And it's that's when it really hit me. And this was probably back in 2017, 2018, that I really, really liked painting. And that it took a year to put this one day event. It took a whole year to put it together. And then once the 2 years was up and I wasn't doing that anymore, it's okay, now what do I paint? And one of the videos that I found with you was when you were talking about Painters Clubhouse was you offer something to do. You give that library of information that you can just pull from and you can paint. Plus there was challenges involved. You were always, here's this month's challenge. You got a door hanger challenge. And it was oh, can I do this? Or how can I do just a little bit more than what I've done? And it just that was basically what got me. It was the fact that it was something I could latch on to and I could do it.
It gives you something to work towards too. We're a lot as
right.
humans, we're goal oriented a lot of times, and we like to get to the next step and the next thing. And if you're just crafting and creating on your own, a lot of times there's not that clear, what should I do next kind of thing. You just want to create, but you don't have any clear guidance. So we try to provide a little bit more guidance in the clubhouse. But we also provide, a little bit of flexibility, that way I know one design might appeal to somebody more than another. And so you can kind of pick and choose what you're interested in. How about you, Jackie?
Yeah, it would be probably the ability to just look through everything and actually watch. At first, I really was more oriented to watching the videos on how to do it. And, it gave me the confidence to then step out and say, well, I'm going to do different paint colors, and then, well, maybe I want to do this background differently than what they did, so it just kind of builds on oh, I did it this time, I could do it on something different and make it, even though it's a pattern that we're buying or not buying if we're in the clubhouse, you know, we're getting, we're still making it our own through different things that we've learned, or even just seeing something and saying, hey, I bet I could try it. And if I do try it and it doesn't work out, it's like you've said a million times, it's paint. We can do something else because it's just paint. We can cover over it and make it something different the next time.
Exactly. I was telling Jackie before we hopped on here, I looked her up in the Clubhouse and I'm able to see like a progression of posts that they've done in the Clubhouse. And I went way back to like when she first joined, and she started out tracing her designs on a wood round, because at the beginning you weren't cutting out your own designs with a jigsaw yet, were you?
No. My husband actually showed me how, and now I cut out my own designs, but I don't like to sand, so he sands for me
I
because
don't like
I
sanding
just
either.
don't want to. I just want to do the hands-on part, and the sanding's boring. So
It is so boring.
I give it to him.
Yeah. What about you, Denice? Did you start out cutting your own, or what did you do in the beginning?
When I joined the Clubhouse, I was cutting my own.
Oh,
Now
wow. Right off the bat.
Well, the first few times I painted a door hanger, I painted before I found you. Just had found some on Pinterest.
Yeah.
And I had paint them, but my husband cut those out. My husband's a carpenter, so he has all these power tools. And he's a little bit hesitant about me messing with them. But eventually, by the time I had joined the Clubhouse, I had already I've got a jigsaw, I've got the scroll saw, I've got the skills type saw. I've got the nailer. I've got a whole tool shop back there.
Same. It's when we first started all of this, I had more power tools than my husband did. I think now the tables have turned because he has really gotten into woodworking himself, and he's bought like a planer and all kinds of, he went crazy on Black Friday. I'm like, slow your roll, bud. That's a lot of money, but it's definitely benefited my business. So,
I'd had to work real hard to get more tools than my husband's got. He's got I think it's a 12 by 16 foot trailer that's full of tools. Plus he's got a barn out there that's full of other stuff. So
he can do
a whole lot more
than
I can. The only one he uses.
Well, I wanted to bring this up because I know, oh, sorry, you keep cutting out and I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's okay.
I know a lot of people when
I have a laser now.
Oh, you do?
Yes.
Yes. Do you have one, Jackie?
I don't. No.
What kind of laser do you have?
I use a jigsaw.
I have the Nova 35.
A Nova 35. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. One of the reasons I wanted to bring this up is because I know, like in the Painters Clubhouse, we have all these templates and you get 2 new ones every single month. And I think people who maybe aren't comfortable cutting their own designs yet are wondering like, well, how can I use these templates if I can't cut my own designs yet, or I'm not confident in that? And so I wanted to point out that Jackie was using hers just on wooden rounds. You can start out just doing that. You can also trace them onto canvas if you want to, or if you've got a husband like Denice who's into carpentry, I guarantee you if you hand him that paper template and say, I need a piece of wood cut out in this shape, they could probably help you out. Let's see. Sandy Kelly is in the comments. She said, what kind of laser do you use? So Denice just said she uses a Nova 35. That's one of the Thunder lasers. I have a couple of different Thunder lasers. I have a Nova 24, which is what we call our baby laser, because compared to our big laser, it is a baby laser. But that's the one that I was using in my garage. We since just this past week moved it out to our main shop, and we're using it to cut on our scrap pieces that come off the big laser. And our large laser can fit an entire 4 foot by 8 feet. 4 foot by 8 foot sheet of plywood. My lips are tripping over each other. Okay, so Melissa Nelson commented from watching from YouTube. She said, I love the testimonials of people who use this as occupational therapy. I have had a quadruple bypass in 2019, and I woke up partially paralyzed and I've regained movement, but I know that it could be better. I don't know if this is a struggle for either of you. I know we have had other members like that, Melissa, who had a stroke and they're having to relearn how to do certain fine motor skills and things like that. And I've even met somebody in my own hometown who uses a scroll saw to cut out all of her pieces. And she said using that scroll saw and doing this fine detail work painting has helped her regain 100% of her motor function after her stroke. So this is definitely something that could help with that. Okay, let's see what else. I had other questions written down. I know what I wanted to talk about. So Jackie was talking about how eventually you kind of want to do a little bit of your own thing on some of the designs. And I could definitely see that in both of you. So Jackie started kind of taking designs and, I saw there was a Grinch gnome. Did you create that template and come up with that?
No, actually my daughter-in-law's mom had found it. And so I did buy that. I think she found it on Etsy, and I bought it and then, cut it out and everything. But I did add some of my own little, personal touches because it was just from a mock-up. And a lot of times from the mock-ups, you can't tell. Yeah. So I did kind of take things that I saw that I thought would go good with it, would like be fitting. But it's funny how you start to see, like I actually purchased Procreate way back when you had it on sale, but I have not had time to sit down and play. But I want to do that because, I want to start putting my own touches in things, and I think that'll help me.
And that just goes to show how far you've come since you joined, right? So you joined this time last year. You started out, you weren't cutting your own blanks yet. You were pretty much following tutorials pretty closely. And now a year later, you're to the point you're cutting your own blanks. You're making some of the designs your own and kind of adding your own personal touch. And Denice, I know you've been playing with Procreate quite a lot. She has actually figured out how to take some of our templates that we have and kind of like modify them just a little bit. I'm thinking especially of the one that we had back in Thanksgiving. It was a turkey and it was holding a slice of pizza, and the sign said, "Save a turkey, order pizza." And it was kind of supposed to be like a Thanksgiving joke kind of door hanger. And you had a customer who was like, "I don't want the pizza on there, but could you add a pie?" And what did you do, Denice?
We put the pie out there. They didn't actually paint it, but we put a pie out there.
Yeah. And you did that in Procreate, right?
Yep, I did it in Procreate. And I also had a lady, the very first door hanger I sold, she wanted a door hanger that she could hang for 3 seasons. She wanted to be able to hang it for spring, summer, and fall. And so I showed her the wheelbarrow with the flowers in it. And we kind of changed the colors up. We went with more of orange and yellow. And then as she was walking out, because I was at work, and she was walking away from me, she stopped. She turned around. She says, "Oh, wait, I like frogs too." I was like, okay, I can put a frog in it. And so I went in and found the frog template, and I pulled it in and added him in and took some of the flowers out and just had him, instead of him holding a sign, he's just kind of propped up in the wheelbarrow. It was a little big compared to the wheelbarrow, but it worked. She was tickled with it.
Yeah, and that makes it feel very personal to her too, because you were able to create something completely custom for her. I see in the comments, Kimberly is asking, so are lessons on Procreate included? No, I mean, well, we do have a few lessons that are like tips and tricks for Procreate, but we have an entire Procreate course that's outside and separate from the Painters Clubhouse, but our Clubhouse members do get a discount on that course. And several of our members, I've just noticed there's like this journey people follow. And when they join, they start out just kind of doing the things that most normal first time painters do, or people who are just getting their feet wet in the Clubhouse. But after a while, they're like Denice. They're like, "Well, I really like the pumpkins on that door hanger, and I wish I could put them on this door hanger." And they want to know how to do all that digitally to create their own template. So usually they go and they buy the Procreate course and they start watching that. So that is an option, Kimberly, if that interests you. It's our Procreate course. Jackie, have you played with Procreate much? I remember you mentioned it a moment ago.
I haven't played. I did the first tutorial, and then it was right around Christmas, and just everything got so crazy. Got engaged, then got married, so I really haven't had time.
Well, congratulations.
But I look forward to it. Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. So, all right, let's talk about what's coming up next for you guys. What do you like? Do you have a goal for 2023? Something you want to accomplish by the end of the year? Are you guys, do either of you, oh, I forgot to even ask, do either of you have a business involving door hangers yet, or are you selling?
I do.
I have sold some, but I don't have a business.
Okay. And Denise?
I do.
You do?
I have
What's your business name?
Colorful Brushstrokes.
Ooh, I like
Ooh,
that.
I like that.
That's really
And I'm
pretty.
on Facebook. It's Colorful Brushstrokes Decor.
Okay, y'all go look her up. Colorful Brushstrokes Decor. So
Yeah.
some of our members usually start their own businesses after they start selling a few door hangers, and they're like, I think I really want to like make something of this. So I'm just curious, what kind of goals do you guys have by the end of the year? Do you have like a goal to paint a certain number of door hangers, or to, I don't know, grow a business or do anything? Denise, you want to go first?
Sure. Well, I'm already selling door hangers. People are the customers are starting to they're coming in slowly, but I get requests. But I'm also doing paint parties with the door hangers. That's probably growing more or faster. I'm still only doing like one a month, but I do have a group of ladies that have kind of caught the bug. Door hangers aren't here. They're very seldom. You just don't see them. They're not on. If there's anything on someone's door, it's a letter. You might see
then
their
you're
last
sitting on a gold mine of opportunity.
So it's just a matter of people seeing them and figuring out what exactly it is. And so, I've done a few vendor fairs every year. And I think it's in October. We have what they call a mile or 6 mile yard sale. And so the area that I live in is it's a really big block. It's a 6 mile block. And so that whole circle, there's yard sales that line the road. And you just drive that circle. And so everybody's basically got stuff set out. The downside is it's a yard sale. So I do run into people want yard sale prices versus the new prices. But I did sell a few this past October when we set it up.
Were you the one that set up like a craft fair booth in your driveway? There was somebody who did that recently. Was that you?
We had one. It was kind of sitting beside the driveway.
Oh, this was somebody who had like turned their garage door into the backdrop of their craft fair. And it looked like a craft fair booth. You would see at any craft fair, and it was just in their driveway. And so I thought that was really cool. So even if it is a yard sale sort of atmosphere, I think if you make it appear a little more like a storefront, people might take it a little more seriously. It's like, oh, this is cool. This is different,
I think I made a couple $100 that day selling what I had.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it. Okay, Jackie, what about you? What do you have coming up this year? I know you just got married.
Well, I did. I did a craft fair last year. It was my first time, and it was stepping out on, a limb because, I had no idea what I was doing or anything. And I enjoyed that. So I hope to do 1 or 2 of those this year. And I would like to look into maybe doing paint parties. It's a little overwhelming, to get your hands in too many things. The problem I have is getting enough door hangers done to do, like, say, the craft fair. Back when school was going, I was doing so many door hangers for teachers that I couldn't focus on anything else. So, I do need to focus more on preparing for a craft fair so that I can be ready should that, come up.
Yeah, I feel like you have to figure out what's the best way to manage your time. If you prefer to paint at leisure and just complete orders as is, you could just take orders for door hangers. If you prefer to kind of like make all your money in one day, a paint party is definitely the quickest way and easiest way to do that. Craft fairs, you can make a lot of money in one day, but there's a ton of prep on the front end. I started out doing a few craft fairs, but I quickly learned that those are often on a weekend, like a Saturday. And my Saturdays, I could book a paint party on a Saturday and guarantee myself that I was going to make, say, $500. Whereas if you set up at a craft fair, you might not make $500. And it's just kind of like you have to hope that craft fair is a success. And so I found out that my time was better spent planning paint parties and making sure my schedule was full with those and that the butts were in the seats. And so, you know, just kind of figure out what works for you. I know not everybody's cut
Yeah.
out to be a paint party teacher, because you definitely have to be a little bit of an extrovert, or at least comfortable talking to a room full of people. You don't even
Mhm.
really have to be the best teacher, to be honest with you. If you just provide the paint, provide the cutouts, and just kind of like give them some loose directions, a lot of times it goes just fine. All right. Well, thank y'all for hopping on here with me today. I'm so sorry we had so many technical difficulties, but I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to real quick explain what the Painters Clubhouse is, just in case anybody stumbled on this live and is like, what are they even talking about? So I will let you ladies go. Thank y'all for hopping
Bye.
on live
Thanks.
today. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Let's see. I've tried it. There we go. I couldn't figure out how to take them off. So if you're curious about what the Painters Clubhouse is, it is our membership where we teach door hanger painting to you every single month. It's a place that I created a little over 5 years ago, and it's perfect for those people who, like Denice and Jackie, who maybe they're into crafting and they've discovered this painting on wood sort of thing. Then they watched me do a few tutorials and they're like, you know, I feel like I could do this. This is the perfect thing for you to kind of have a little bit of crafty accountability. You know, a lot of times we want to be crafty, but we have great intentions. We buy all the supplies, which I think it was Melissa or somebody in the comments earlier said, you know, buying crafting supplies is a hobby in and of itself. Girl, you are not kidding. I have so many supplies that I've bought, ribbon that I've bought over the years that I'm not really ever even used. And so to have something like the Painters Clubhouse that kind of gives you a goal or something to work towards, and gives you like what your next project is, that helps you a lot of times like focus and not just go out and buy all the crazy supplies, but to actually have something to sit down and do. And so if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, I want you to go to paintersclubhouse.com and go sign up today, because between as of tonight, you'll be getting a bonus. It's 3 different ways to paint a wood letter. I wonder if I can bring them up on here. I don't think I can. I shared about them this morning. So if you're curious what all that is, go watch the live that I did here on my page this morning. And then tonight I'm going to be painting live at 7 p.m. Central, and I'm going to be sharing how to use a template that's not circular on a wood round. And we're going to be painting that same design 4 different ways this week, every night on Facebook Live. And I'm going to be making it a little bit more intricate each time to kind of show the journey that somebody can go on from beginner to experience, kind of like Jackie and Denice are doing right now, where they're starting to make door hangers a little bit more of their own. And so we have different stages that you can go through in the Painters Clubhouse to get there. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you at 7 o'clock tonight.